How is it going, everybody? You're watching Then About Tech, and yes, iOS 26.5 and more specifically 26.5.2 have battery issues, specifically battery drain and overheating, which goes hand in hand. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what's going on and more importantly, how to fix it. It's actually quite surprising and a little bit frustrating to realize that right now, at the very end of the iOS 26 cycle, we're seeing so many reports, especially about battery drain and a lot about overheating as well. As a matter of fact, the last time I've seen so many reports about this issue was back in September last year when we had 26.0, but that's normal. It was the very first version. But right now, 26.5.2, it's incredible, and as I said, even a little frustrating. So, iOS 26.5 was released about 2 months ago. It was a big update, and a lot of people started having battery drain issues right there at 26.5. But right now, at 26.5.2, which was released a couple weeks ago, which is relatively recent, but it's plenty of time for any of those issues to go away. And the thing is, they didn't for many users. So every time we update to a new software version, it's normal that in the very first days, so between 1 and 3 to 4 days, we see issues like that. So battery drain, overheating, because a lot of stuff is actually being updated in the background. There's a lot going on that we don't see when we're using our iPhones, but there are a lot of tasks going on, so our processor is demanded quite a lot. There's overheating, there's battery drain. That's normal after every update. It's okay. But as I said, after 1 to 4 days. The problem with 26.5.2, which is a very small software update and just came to fix some vulnerabilities, is a lot of people still have those issues after 2 weeks. So that's not normal. So the first thing I have to tell you right here is, if you've just updated to 26.5.2, so if you are in that margin between 1 and 4 days, it's still acceptable if you're having battery issues. So just wait a little bit more. But if it's been over 4 days, which is the majority of people who are watching this video, then you have to do something about it. Let's move on. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is open up your iPhone settings and then tap on battery, let it load for a while. Then you're going to scroll down and go to view all battery usage and scroll a bit down again and take a look at your iPhone battery usage by app. The whole point of this is it's very important to check if there is any app right here that's actually using your iPhone battery, draining your iPhone battery like way more than it should. This is such a common thing, especially after software updates, that some applications are not so optimized and they end up draining your battery. So what you're gonna do here is very simple. Let's imagine that I'm seeing right here Instagram using almost a quarter of my battery, and let's just imagine I didn't use too much of Instagram today, just a few minutes. Then it would definitely be a problem. It's very important for you to check if there's something off here. If there's an application that's actually draining your battery and you definitely realize you're not using it that much. Still talking about your iPhone apps, there's another thing I wanted to check. So open up the App Store and then tap right there at the top at your profile picture of your Apple account, and then go to App Updates, and then it's very important to pull all the way down, let it load, and then check if there are apps that need to be updated. If there are, go ahead and update all. Depending on your iOS version, this page of app updating may be this one right here, the very first page. So just pull down on whatever page you see your apps. Of course, there's a lot more to discuss here, and the next tip I want to give you is to just restart your iPhone, as easy as that. So press and hold on your side button and your volume up button at the same time, So press and hold, and then you're gonna see the famous slide to power off. You can slide, and then what we're doing here is the basic of the basic of the basic, which is if our device is having any kind of issues, turning it off and turning it back on may fix it. And this is not only for your iPhone, of course. This serves for your computer, for absolutely anything, your TV, your camera, whatever. So it's very important to do that. And that on its own may fix the issue. I know it's very simple and basic, but you have no idea how effective this is. Now, after a few seconds, you can press and hold again your side button until you see the Apple logo, and then of course you can let go. Those tips on their own will most likely fix the issue or help you with your issue. But of course, if the issue persists, we can go deeper. So go ahead and open up your iPhone settings once again, scroll down, tap on General, and then scroll all the way down until you see Transfer or Reset iPhone. And yes, we always have this as a last resort, which is Reset or iPhone, Format or iPhone. So you tap on Erase All Content and Settings, and then you're gonna have the possibility to erase everything from this phone, and then of course reinstall everything. Before you do that, it's necessary that you have a backup, so then you can recover all your data, all your information. I do recommend that before moving on, you check out this video right here, link in the description. Of course, we have a dedicated video here on the channel teaching you step by step how to do this. This is very important. It's necessary that you actually know what you're doing. So I do recommend that you check out our other video. Of course, this is as far as we can go, reinstalling iOS 26.5.2. If that doesn't fix it, there's nothing else we can do, because honestly, that's as far as we can go, as I mentioned. I know there's a lot of people who are gonna say that updating to iOS 27 beta may be a good alternative, considering that iOS 26 has this and other bugs, and iOS 27 is relatively stable. Updating right now to the latest beta of iOS 27 may be a good alternative, but I already tell you, I don't agree with that. I don't think, and I will never recommend you to go from a stable version to a beta version to fix bugs. It makes absolutely no sense. And of course, iOS 27 beta has way more bugs than iOS 26, which has bugs, has problems, of course, but it's a stable official version. Of course, when Apple releases the final version of iOS 27, we're talking about September, so in a couple months, that's another story. Then we can talk about when it happens. That's a couple months away, and we're gonna follow everything right here on Zen About Tech. So, see you later. Bye-bye, guys.